Hey, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Yeah. Hey. Hello, 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 hello. This is Rosemary, Nonny Night, RNK for short, and this is the Deliberate Life Stream. Hello. Okay, so we're talking about the most powerful force for change. We're talking about the most powerful force for change. But before I start talking about that, I'm going to share this about the place, and then we shall get to talking. I'm about to go and cook dinner, actually. But I thought I'd come in here and say, hey, like I like to do. Hello, Kyan. How you doing, my honey? How you doing? Are you back on? Oh, yes, you are. Well, actually, are you able to type in groups now? I'm not sure. How you doing, my honey? I wonder what's going on with Facebook. But anyway, just sharing this around the place, and then we'll get to talking. This topic is just something I read this morning as I do my quiet time. I use the Bible. Okay, I love to read the Bible generally every day. I look at it. Either I'm reading just a verse or I'm reading a heck of a lot of it. Depends on depends on what I'm up to that day, basically, and depends on what grabs my attention, because really I only read as long as it takes for me to feel inspired by something. Then the moment I feel inspired by something, I kind of stop. Every so often I kind of get into this whole thing where you're supposed to read more, because I like to do this reading the Bible in a year thing. I don't know if you've never been Christian, you've probably never done that before, but but I do, and so then I feel like, oh, I must keep reading until I've read everything I'm supposed to read today. But then I think, you know what? No, the point of me doing this actually is to get inspiration for the day, not necessarily to meet some target or something. So I use this app where I get to continually to keep catching myself up. I think I've been doing this Bible in a year thing for about a year and a half. So, and I'm still only about third way through. So I kind of just, whenever something sparks my inspiration, or something inspires me, it's just like, whatever. I'm stopping right here, and I'm going to just kind of, let's see what wisdom I can glean from this. What is Spirit trying to get my attention about with this? So I don't know what you guys do in terms of sacred text, but maybe you should take that on board, Don't just do things for the sake of it. Do it because you're actually wanting to gain something from it, yeah? So for me today, the thing that I read, and I know not everybody's going to understand all of this, but we're going to try and make it as user-friendly as possible, okay? Now, the thing that particularly grabbed my attention today was, for it is Christ's love that fuels our passion and motivates us. Now, there's a heck of a lot more that comes with that verse about Christ dying and things like that, but I know that is definitely an area where we may have different ideas. But this is the thing. It was that particular first bit that really grabbed my attention. Good morning, Mendy. How you doing, my honey? Lovely to have you here as well. But it was that first bit that got my attention. For it is Christ's love that fuels our passion and motivates us. Now, I think as spiritual people, we can all agree that we are compelled by love. That we are compelled by love. That even on the days when we just want to kind of stop and give up, blessed, good. I'm glad you're feeling blessed, my honey. Even on the days when we want to stop and give up, we are compelled by love. We are inspired, we are woken up, we are caused to rise because we love, because we want to love, okay? Maybe there are times when, frankly, it's not so easy to love, but there's a passion, there's a something inside of our very spirits, our very hearts that says, rise, rise. Rise. Whether it's a business you're starting, it's because we love. Yes, it's because we love. That motivates us. That's what's it. Ignites, fuels our passion and motivates us. Fuels our passion and motivates us. And this is our affirmation for today. I am compelled by love. Love calls me to rise. And there's just 3 particular things I wanted to mention here, okay? I am compelled by love. Love calls me to rise, and again, I am compelled by love. Love calls me to rise. Okay? So take that on as an affirmation for today. I am compelled by love. Love calls me to rise. Yes, love calls me to rise. Yes, Kyan. Love calls me to rise. See, for it's Christ's love that fuels our passion and motivates us. You can say universe, you can say whatever you feel like saying, but it fuels our passion, motivates us. Now, the thing about being called and compelled by love, it's a choice. It's a choice we get to make. It's not, nobody's going to force you. It compels you, but you're not forced, if you see what I mean. So it's a choice to love, because I see, so some people say to me, oh, I feel stuck. Okay. If you're choosing to love, you can no longer choose to remain stuck. So it's a choice to move into, so yeah, the love compels you, but then you've got to choose to then spread that love. And by choosing to spread that love, you're choosing no longer to stay stuck. So where is it that you feel stuck today? Where is it that you feel that there's an area in your life where you don't seem to be able to move forward? Honey, step into love. Step into love. Think to yourself, who are the people I am here to serve? What is it that I'm called to do? What is it that I want to put out into the world? How do I want to love the world around me? And then ask yourself, can I really afford to remain stuck for even 1 second longer? If love is compelling me, if love is calling me to rise, can I afford to stay in this lower consciousness, in this lower vibe, when actually inside of me I carry incredible ability to break free of stuckness? And sometimes it's a case of just questioning yourself over and over again so that you start to respond to the love that is compelling you to move. I hope this is making sense. The second thing I wanted to mention here is that love, because this love is compelling you and is causing you to rise, you can no longer live to a false design. You can no longer live to falseness. And for some of you, that's why you get stuck, because you're trying very hard to be sensible and reasonable. But sensible and reasonable means stay on a path that isn't yours. That isn't love. That isn't love when you do not actually fill the world with your presence, with your particular design, your particular shape. And actually, some of the reasons why you feel stuck will be because you're trying to be something other than who you are. Regardless of what situation you're finding yourself in right now, whether it's down or whether you're already at some level of success, but you're trying to break through to the next level, you can be sure that until you choose or you surrender to your true design, you will not fully experience the thing you're searching for. It's like I was saying to the people that came for the Deliberate Life gathering at my house last week, that sometimes people call this thing a God-shaped hole. And I used to call it that. But the truth of the matter is I've always known God. I've always longed for him. But until I stepped onto the path of my true design, even though I knew him, even though I've always been a spiritual person, until I stepped onto the path of my true design, that hole still felt holy. Basically, that was just a hole, because I was trying to fit in. That's like I was a square and I was trying to fit into a round hole because somebody somewhere told me that I had to be round. Okay. And so it wasn't until I said, you know what? No, I am square. I'm going to be square. Even if it seems cray-cray, even if it seems diluted, even if it seems like it's never going to work and oh my gosh, you know what? I'm going to be square. Okay. I'm going to be square. I'm going to be square. And that's what you kind of, when you're really operating from a place of love, you have to be your true design. That's the only way you really can make the difference you feel called to make. That's how you start to repair that hole inside of you, because for too long, most of us have lived to somebody else's design for our life. But now you're being called, love is calling you to rise, and to rise to your true design. It's compelling you, and it won't leave you alone in some ways. For some people, they manage to kind of distract themselves and ignore it, but not for us in this community, not for us. We want to, we want to get to the grave and know that we did all we're here to do. And in order for us to do that, we need to respond to the call of love, calling us to rise. Okay? No matter what it takes, I will be going to school to make a change in the world. Amen, my honey. But then the question always asks, it depends on what is it that you want to study in school, Mandy, because maybe there's a more direct route to doing what it is that you want to do. That's something else to bear in mind, okay? Maybe there's a more direct route, but of course, if you're called to go to school, then please go to school. But then always ask yourself, is there a more direct route for me? Or am I responding again to the conditioning that says, unless I have this piece of paper that says I can do this, then I can't do this? this is just me kind of talking out there, basically. I'm not saying don't go or do go, but I am saying just let's make sure we're not taking the routes that others, again, have defined for us. When love is calling us to rise now, not after we've taken some other routes. But please, if you are called to school, go to school, man. School is good under the right circumstances. Everything is good under the right circumstances, right? But if you're doing it for the wrong reason, nothing is good. Okay. And then the third thing here that I wanted to mention is choosing to let go of the old. Choosing to let go of the old. Choosing to let go. Oh, criminal justice and human rights. I love the sound of that, honey Mandy. That does sound pretty cool. Pretty cool. Already you can start to speak about the things that mean something to you. The great thing about social media is that you can already start to impact people's hearts and lives even now before you've gone to school. So what can you do today? As love causes you to rise, as love calls you to rise, what can you do today? We all need to ask ourselves these questions. What can we do today? Because love is compelling us, love is calling us to rise. What can we do today to demonstrate that, yes, you know what, I am ready. I am ready now to start doing my bit for the world, doing my bit to, you know what, first and foremost, it's always for us, it's always for us. It's always for us. I know sometimes, we think that it's just about the call, I'm going to change the world and this and that. Yes, but you know how you change the world? First and foremost, by paying attention to the call in your heart. The call in your heart. Let's sing this thing again. And Gopal, I will come to your question in a second. Okay, sing this with me. I am compelled to... Nope, yeah. Let's try that again. I am compelled by love. Love calls to me to rise. Oh, have you got that wrong? I am compelled by love. Love calls me to rise. Let that be something that you're saying over and over again as you consider, what does it mean for me to rise? So I've talked about choosing to love, because yeah, you may be compelled by love, but unless you actually now compelled to translate that into action, you stay stuck, okay? The second thing is choosing to live to your true design, because that's the only way you really will have the impact that you dream about having, and also the only way that you will feel less empty inside. That low-level depression that sometimes we walk around with, it will be sorted when you start to live to your true design. And then the final thing here is choosing to let go of the old, freedom to be who you were born to be. And it is because I've been paying attention recently to the call to me, and I imagine to the community at large, that it's not just about the physical work we do. We are hard-working people. We are hard-working people, but for some of y'all, you've discovered that no matter how hard you work, you get so far and you can't seem to break free. Why? Because one, there are things holding you down. There are things from your past, things from your present, people in your life, environment that you're surrounded with holding you, weighing you down. And so no matter how hard you keep trying, while you ignore the stuff pulling you back, you don't move forward, okay? And so really that is mostly it. There's all of this internal stuff that also needs to be looked at. We don't like to look there first. We think that if we work harder, we will get there. But you know what? Love is calling you to make it easier on yourself by paying attention to the stuff going on inside of you. Let it go. Actually consciously, deliberately make a decision to heal. So stop thinking that it's some kind of weak thing to pay attention to what is going on inside of you. Because that stuff, whether you like it or not, is there, and it is holding you back, making everything a little bit harder than it needs to be. So I exhort you to pay attention to what you need to let go of so that you have freedom to rise. You are compelled by love. Love is calling you to rise. Now you make these decisions to let go of the stuff that is trying to keep you back, man. Whatever it is. So all of y'all know, as I'm talking to you, there's things that are coming into your head right now that you're thinking, you know what, I need to let go of that. I need to let go of that. but it's things that you may have considered, it's not that important. It doesn't matter if I fix it or don't fix it. It does matter. It does matter, okay? If you are, again, going to live that life that actually makes a difference, first and foremost to yourself and then to everybody around you, then it matters. It matters that you start to actually look at some of this cray stuff that has gone on, that has conditioned you, that is pulling you back so that you can start to move free, move forward. Yes, Christ's love compels us. It ignites our fire and all of that stuff. But we get to choose these things. We get to choose these things. How to keep positive thinking every time is discipline. Discipline. Go power. Discipline. You make a decision. Okay, am I going to stay feeling the way I feel, or am I going to raise my levels of am I going to choose to think something different? Because if you're thinking negatively, it is because you're thinking negatively. So you know what? Instead of being passive about it, then you make the decision to think, to change your thoughts, to not indulge thoughts that bring you down. Instead, to replace them with thoughts that bring you up. And it is doing things like, meditation. Well, I don't really meditate, truth be told. I just do my journaling first thing in the morning. I quiet myself down. And I sit around with my higher power for a bit to elevate myself. I don't always feel completely positive. It doesn't mean I can't do what I'm doing. It does mean, however, that I have to make the decision to raise my vibration, to raise my energy levels. But it's a choice that I make, and I have to sometimes make it 20 million times a day, and I don't always succeed, okay? I don't always succeed, so I'm not going to try to pretend to be some kind of super positive person all the time. I'm not, okay? But I am better than I was. Let's put it that way. I am better than I was yesterday, okay? And that's all you can, that is the best you can do, is make sure that you're always improving, that you're always elevating, that you're allowing that love to change you from the inside out. What is life? Honey, answer that for yourself right now. That's too big a question to answer right now. Okay, so that's what I want to kind of mention to you guys today. The most powerful force for change is love. It is love. The love that compels you inside is the thing that is going to change you. And because you change, the world around you changes. So can you listen to this again if necessary and start to pay attention to those 3 things that I particularly paid attention to there, and let them start to change you. And before I sing the affirmation one last time, can I exhort you, if you haven't received my book, Pray, Affirm, Receive, and you like the stuff that I do, and you're determined to create a prosperous life, and I say determined, not just about to go and sit on the fence and just kind of feel all nice and pretty, basically, but if you're determined to get onto the narrow path, then go get the book. It's called Pray, Affirm, Receive, How to Get Clear, Stay Clear, and Take Action to Get What You Desire Out of Life. Okay, and let's sing this affirmation one last time. Honeys, I have this imagination in my head that you are, wherever you are right now, humming along or singing out loud like an awesome person. You're singing out loud regardless of who's around you, okay? So let's go. I am compelled by love. Love calls me to rise. I'll even try and get the chords right this time, okay? I am compelled by love. Love calls me to rise. And again, I am compelled by love. Love calls me to rise. One more time. I am compelled by love. Love calls me to rise. Okay? That note, guys, be compelled by love and let it cause you to rise, okay? Until the next time, my honeys, as always, it's such a pleasure to hang out with you. Ooh, there's so many exciting things happening in the community. I want to meet you guys in the flesh. If you're in the UK or can get to the UK, then 3rd of February is definitely something to save. If fear is too close to you and is keeping you from the things that you really want to do, then honey, Overcomer is your thing. Go and look at the events on this page and you'll see these 2 events. Book yourself into one of them. It'll be so amazing to speak to you. Now, it all depends on when you're listening to this, of course. Right now, you can look at the page. If you're listening to this, I don't know when, maybe you can't. Much love. Before we go, just feel the love, man. Just feel the love, just feel the love, just feel the love, just feel the love. Much amazing love, okay? Much amazing love, okay? Good. Until the next time. And you're very welcome, Gopal. Bye.